Alex Pereira's destruction of Khalil Rountree was nothing short of emphatic. One of the most exciting knockouts of 2024. How did he do it though? How did he go from losing the first 2 rounds, official on the judges' scorecards, to knocking him out in the 4th round? How did Alex Pereira do that? Today, we're going to break down that exciting 4th round just to see exactly how Poatan did it. So let's dive in. So I want to fast forward to round number 4, and it's not that rounds 1 through 3 were not important, it's the fact that I really want to focus and hone in on what Poatan was doing in the 4th round. I think that style of fight was completely different from what we've traditionally seen from him in the past. So we know Khalil Rountree was quick, we know he was fast, and we also know he extended combinations beyond just one punch. Remember, they're at elevation. Rountree has a tendency to gas out. So Pereira surely knew this. Now, before we get into our first slide, take a second, go check out the Substack. You can get this whole article for free, but if you enjoy this, I do these every week or 2 for subscribers. $5 a month, totally worth it, and you support the channel. So if you like this, you'll love the Substack. So let's get into this and see exactly how Alex Pereira figured out Khalil and decided, hey, now is the time we need to attack. So from the very beginning, I said Khalil Rountree is extending combinations. He's punching 2, 3, 4, sometimes even 5 times Khalil Rountree is attacking. But at the very start of the 4th round, after the first minute, Poatan sees this. So you'll notice here, he steps in, jab, and what does Khalil Rountree do? He doesn't explode. He doesn't attack quickly. Instead, he throws one punch, and it's not very fast. So that's a good sign for Alex Pereira. Now, he's looking to avoid the big left hand. Keep in mind, he's a southpaw. Khalil Rountree, a southpaw. So what Poatan does here, he's, again, gauging what Khalil Rountree is going to do. So he pokes out the jab. Keep in mind, the jab's his secret weapon this entire round. You'll see the jab leading off most of his combinations that we're going to talk about. And what he's doing here is he's baiting Rountree to throw. Now, Rountree throws, you can see in frame 1, Pereira throws his lead jab, and in frame 2, he's pivoting out away from that left hand of Khalil Rountree and away from the power shot. Now, Khalil doesn't punch back here. He doesn't punch back, but that's okay. Pereira said, hey, we're good. We are good. Now, we start to look at the pull counter from Alex Pereira. Floyd Mayweather was fantastic at this. He does it within the confines of a shoulder roll. So he pulls, and with that pull, it loads up the right hand right here, and boom, you could throw it right into the face. And Pereira does something similar to that. He does not shoulder roll, but what he will do is pull counter. And by pull counter, you'll see what I mean here. So let's pull this up. All right, so this frame we have 4 frames, and the numbers are kind of cut off on the left side, but that's 1 and 3 on the left side, okay? So here's what Alex Pereira is doing. Again, there's that jab, that lead left jab to, hey, Khalil, throw something, bro. Frame 2, over to the right, you can see Khalil throws that big left hand. He's desperate. He's tired. He's looking for a huge knockout. Now, see what Pereira does. He doesn't shoulder roll, but he does slip to the outside. Okay, a slight difference, sure. He's not trying to defend. He's just moving his head out of the way of the punch. Now, what that does is the same, in effect, the same thing as cocking the right hand. So he dips to the outside, and you can see in frame 3, bottom left, boom. Now, something else he tests here, which will come into play in the finishing sequence, frame 4, is that left hooky uppercut, shovel uppercut, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, this counter right here was fantastic for Pereira, and this is where he sort of started to enter the matrix. So continuing on, in our next frame, you can see, again, led by the jab. This time, Khalil Rountree throws a right hook. That's his lead hook. Remember, he's southpaw. And what does Pereira do? He leans out the way. Now, this time he's not really slipping the punch like to the outside or to the inside of it. Instead, he's out of the way, and what he's doing is letting Khalil Rountree's right hook, so his lead hand, his right hook, overextends. You can see his right hook is going to overextend. I got lost in my frames here. So look, this is Pereira leaning out the way. Khalil Rountree is throwing the right lead hook. Again, I'm sorry, I skipped ahead, guys. And then right here, he's overextended. You see the right side of his chin is exposed, and that's where Alex Pereira lands that right hook. He would continue to work and build upon this, okay? Alex Pereira would go and start to extend his combinations. So you remember at the beginning of the fight, Khalil Rountree was the one throwing 3, 4, 5 punch combinations. Next, here's Alex Pereira throwing 3, 4, 5 punch combinations. But check it out. Off of the jab. Khalil throws. He slips to the outside, and he returns fire of his own. Hurts Khalil by landing on his guard. Khalil stumbles away, and Pereira chases him. Absolutely incredible stuff from Alex Pereira. Finally, we get to where Khalil Rountree is pretty much done. At this point, we were all standing on our feet. We knew this fight was over. We knew Alex Pereira was on his way to a knockout win. It was just a matter of when he was going to get it. And it honestly didn't take very long. So we are still in round 4, which is where we will be staying. Let's go ahead and pull up our last couple slides. So here you can see a little bit cut off, but to the left, Khalil Rountree is adopting this high guard, okay? He's worried about the power shots from Alex Pereira. Rightfully so, probably. Alex Pereira hits very freaking hard, so it's like, yeah, he's hurting me through my guard, so imagine what he does if he doesn't hurt me through my guard. In frame 2 to the right, we can see here, Alex Pereira will reach out with his jabbing hand, his lead hand, and grab the, what is that? The left hand of Khalil Rountree. Sorry, guys, I don't know my right from my left. He grabs it, and what he's setting up here is a Dutch hand trap, which means he's pulling that hand down, which provides a lane for the right hand. Now, I do want to point out some problems here. If you use a Dutch hand trap, that means effectively I am putting both of my hands putting both of my hands' attention to one single hand. I'm pulling down the left hand, and I'm coming with my right hand up where the left hand was. This leaves you open to a counter hook. Now, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and say, Alex Pereira, you need to do this, but there are dangers there to those who would like to try the Dutch hand trap, whoever has it. And the dangers are that right hook from Khalil Rountree, okay? So you got both hands on the left side of Khalil Rountree, which leaves your left side wide open. Basically, you're overextending. And if you remember back in that third frame, actually, let's go back to it. Look where Pereira's left hand is, down by his side. If this was first round Khalil Rountree, he would have thrown a right hook and probably hurt Alex Pereira at this moment. But Alex Pereira is also not throwing this against right hand Rountree. Or first round Rountree. Right hand Rountree sounds like a good name, right? He's throwing this against a gas-tired Khalil Rountree who is against the fence and just looking for a way out. And Pereira is about to provide that way out 40 seconds later. So let's move on. Finishing sequence. One thing, notice about that high guard right there, right? Khalil Rountree's keeping the high guard. This is the finishing sequence. This is where he knocks him out. He's got that high guard in this frame. So what's open when you have a high guard? This midsection right here. That leaves open the body shots. And the broadcast started calling for the body shots like 10 seconds before this. And then wham, right hook to the body. Wham, left hook to the body. Look what Khalil Rountree does. He has his high guard up still. This left hook to the body. Alex Pereira's famed left hook to the body. What would that do to any man? It's going to lean him over and cause immense amounts of pain. The southpaw it delivers on the right side of the body. The lead left hook is a magnificent weapon against that. It's crushing. As Khalil Rountree leans over and keeps his high guard, What's a weapon that's very good at splitting the high guard? Think about that for a second. What is a good weapon for that? The right uppercut. Straight up the middle, this right uppercut lands, and after this punch, this is where Khalil Rountree calls it a day. That's where Alex Pereira gets the finish. Fantastic performance from Alex Pereira. I can't speak enough about how great of a performance this was. Khalil Rountree fought well also. That's what makes this performance even more exciting. So if you like this, again, please check out my Substack, fightlibrary.substack.com. That's where we go in and talk about this. You have the written version of this, but we get these articles every week. It's something you want to get in on. $5 a month, and you support the channel. We get to go do a cool new Fight Finders episode, or get a better camera to make these videos even better. I have so much support from you guys, and I really appreciate it. If you want to know more about Alex Pereira, we've got an awesome film study on Alex Pereira where we dive into what makes his left hook so dangerous, his approach to low-kicking southpaw versus orthodox fighters, and so much more. You want to check that out because it is just a fantastic video, and I spent a lot of time on it. You will love it, I promise.